Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a really profound look at something just vital for all of us. Hope. Our journey is guided by Chapter 8, Hope, the bridge between present reality and future possibility. A really insightful piece that highlights the work of Dr. Nader Attalla. So our mission here is to unpack what hope truly is, how it's not just, some fleeting feeling, but a real force, and maybe how you can cultivate it even when times are tough.
Exactly. It's much more than just wishful thinking. We'll dig into how hope acts as this dynamic, active process. It's pretty fascinating how ancient wisdom, like St. Thomas Aquinas describing hope as a future good, difficult but possible to attain, how that lines up so well with modern psychology. Carl Jung saw hope as a capacity we actually build up.
A capacity we build. I like that framing. It's not passive.
Not at all. It's something developed.
Okay, right. And the source material gives us this sort of architecture for hope, doesn't it? Based on Professor Rick Snyder's hope theory. How does Snyder lay that out?
Yeah, Snyder gives us 3 core pillars, really essential. First, you've got goals. These are your meaningful destinations. They give you direction. You need a target, right?
Makes sense.
Second is agency. Now, this is your belief in your own ability to actually start and, sustain movement towards those goals. It's that inner drive that I can do this even when things get difficult. It's the fuel.
The fuel for perseverance. Got it.
Exactly. And third, pathways. This is about seeing multiple ways to get there, multiple routes to success. So if one path gets blocked, you don't just give up. You adapt. You find another way.
So you're not just stuck at a dead end.
Precisely. It's crucial for navigating roadblocks without just surrendering, seeing alternatives.
That's a really powerful framework. Goals, agency, pathways.
Yeah.
But hope doesn't always feel the same, does it? Our source mentions a whole spectrum. How does that work?
Yeah, it's definitely not just one color. There's a range. Think about realistic hope. This is like being a skilled navigator. You see the storm, you acknowledge the tough conditions, but you still chart a course confidently.
Grounded, not just pie in the sky.
Right. Then there's borrowed hope. This is fascinating. It's the faith others have for you when your own hope is running low.
Oh, like from friends or family or a therapist.
Exactly. They hold that light for you. It can be absolutely critical in dark times. A real lantern.
Wow. Okay, what else?
And then chosen hope. This is a very deliberate act of will. Maybe someone facing a serious illness shifts their hope from, say, a cure to focusing on quality of life or meaningful moments.
So consciously choosing where to place your optimism, even when facing huge challenges.
Precisely. It's a powerful recalibration.
What's really striking here is how hope seems to transform. It's less about being locked into one specific outcome.
Definitely.
And more about letting go of that anxious need for that outcome while still holding a positive vision. Trusting something good can still emerge.
You've got it. It's like trusting that the highest good can unfold even if it looks different than you first imagined. And this ties into hope evolving, from just personal goals to maybe aligning with something bigger, like collective well-being.
Okay, so if we buy into this architecture, if we nurture these types of hope, what are the actual benefits? What does the research show?
Oh, the benefits are substantial. Research consistently links hope with greater well-being, absolutely. And, importantly, more resilience under pressure. Hopeful people tend to see a threat more as a challenge, an opportunity.
Instead of something to be feared, something to overcome.
Right. It also fuels motivation, keeps you going. And maybe the most interesting part is this idea of an upward spiral.
An upward spiral. Tell me more.
Well, success breeds more hope. And that increased hope then helps generate more success. It feeds itself.
A positive feedback loop. Everyone can use some of that. So if hope isn't just something you have or don't have, but something you can cultivate, how do we do that? What are some practical ways to nurture it?
Think of it like tending a garden, really. You need to actively nurture it. First, focus on what truly matters. Put your energy into your core values.
Not just chasing every little thing.
Okay. Second, set clear, specific goals. Using that SMART framework helps here. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. Makes it practical.
Gives you actual steps.
Exactly. Third, focus on your circle of influence, like the Serenity Prayer suggests, right? Concentrate on what you can actually control. Let go of the rest.
That's a tough one sometimes, but crucial.
It is. Fourth, embrace flexibility. See obstacles not as stop signs, but as detours, invitations to get creative.
Adaptability.
Yes. And finally, harness the power of visualization. Mentally rehearsing success can really boost motivation and performance.
These are great practical strategies, but the deep dive also covers the other side. the really difficult side when hope fades.
Yes, it does, and it's critical to acknowledge that. The material points out quite seriously that hopelessness is a major risk factor for suicide, stemming from really complex factors.
It's so important to be aware of that.
Absolutely. Recognizing warning signs like someone expressing despair or withdrawing socially is key. But it also emphasizes that hopelessness is often temporary. Support makes a huge difference.
Professional help, friends, family, reaching out is vital.
Critically important. It reminds us that pathways can reopen, even from the deepest valleys.
So, pulling this all together, hope isn't naive optimism, is it?
Not at all. It's actually a very mature way of engaging with the world, with both reality and possibility. It's about developing that capacity, that skill, to see the possibilities within the limitations we face.
It reminds me of Emily Dickinson's poem, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul,"
Beautifully put.
and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. It's always there, maybe just quiet sometimes.
And choosing to nurture that hope, your commitment to it, that becomes a gift, not just for you, but for everyone around you, too. It ripples outwards.
So as we finish up, maybe something for you listening to reflect on. What goal might call out your agency today? What challenge could use some of that pathways thinking, finding another route? And what possibility, maybe just waiting quietly, is ready for you to recognize and nurture?